Howdy, folks. Woodja Walls from NeedCoffee.com here. Back again for another Wayhomer review. Here's how it works for the uninitiated. I have just left the cinema where I have seen a film, and I'm going to tell you about that film on my way home, because it's just simpler that way. And today we're here to talk about The Man with the Iron Fists. Okay, so, Man with the Iron Fists, synopsis. Goes a little something like this. We're in Jungle Village, where there is a humble blacksmith who's very good at what he does, by the name of Thaddeus. And he's got a lot of business because there's all these various clans named after various and sundry animals that are constantly at war, and they're constantly showing up and saying, I need an axe, I need a this, I need a that. So he's got, business is booming. And he's got his reasons for wanting to make a bit of dough. So, yes, as all of this, as his story is happening, it turns out that there is a shipment of gold that is going to be taking place, that one of the clans is on board to kind of shepherd and make sure that it gets to where it's supposed to be. But all is not well. There's not all joy in Mudville. There's a conspiracy afoot about the gold, and there's a brothel with a bunch of brothelers in it, whores, so to speak, and there's a crazy guy with a knife gun running around. And yes, I mean, there's no need for, okay, first of all right, there's really no need for a plot, because, okay, if you've seen the trailer for The Man with the Iron Fists, okay, basically what this is that, as I understand it, okay, and I understand that he pronounces it Rizza, okay, R-Z-A. I always thought it was R-Z-A, but apparently I actually looked this up. One bit of research that I did, Rizza is what it's, but if there's a way to mispronounce 3 letters as a name, I'm going to be the guy that does it, because I suck at pronunciation, all right? But my understanding is that Rizza, who is, head burrito of the Wu-Tang Clan, they love the foo, okay? They eat the foo up. And so as a result, this must be a dream come true for somebody who is a true believer in crazy martial arts films. And so it's sort of like, imagine, I don't know, maybe not even yourself, but imagine some friend of you. I know the people who come to my site and who watch these things. You must know somebody who is a complete fanatic when it comes to a particular type of film or comic book or whatever. Now imagine that you were able to hand them the blank check necessary to make the whatever it was that they really liked, and said, go nuts, okay? Go nuts. Whatever it is that you want to do, go nuts. Imagine what that would be like, and you'll probably have a pretty good idea of what it was like for, what I'm presuming it was like for Rizza to basically get a hold of the ability to do The Man with the Iron Fists. Because, and I say there's really no need for a plot, because you have to understand, kids, ask your parents, but there was a time when there were some parts of the country where all you had to do, because there were basically 3 channels, there was no internet, there was, for a while, no cable, no satellite, no nothing. You basically had to talk your parents into taking you to that video store on the corner, independently owned video store. There used to be such things. And you would watch whatever it is. Now imagine, okay, I know people that run out of things to watch on Netflix, and they're constantly asking me, what should I watch? Imagine that feeling, but you're actually in a physical place. Imagine if your Netflix queue was a physical place, okay? So you've watched all the stuff that you want to watch, so because there's nothing else to do, at least you with your Netflix queue, you've got an Xbox, you got whatever else, but this is all you've got to do, okay? Especially for me, because I live out in the middle of nowhere. But basically you do what I did, which is systematically start going through the particular genres of films and just watching them all the way down the line. And I did that with horror, I did that with fantasy, and I did that with martial arts. So I have an appreciation for where Riz is coming from with this particular film, because this film is what you would get if you took somebody who had watched all the martial arts film in a 1980s video store. If you took their id and ran it through a juicer, okay? That's pretty much this film. Because what you get is, and you saw this in the trailer, okay? There's some traffic jam up ahead. There's probably a zebra loose on the interstate again. That actually happened. What you get is, again, from the trailer, you get lots of foo. You get lots of crazy foo. Actually, you get crazier foo than what's in the trailer. And by that I mean wire work, impossible, defying gravity, and not even like the elegant wire work of something like Crouching Tiger. I'm talking about the messy wire work of just, you know, I will levitate here and kick you because I can, you know, that sort of thing. Crazy weapons. Showers of blood, just gouts of blood, ridiculous. And, you know, melodrama, mysterious people, wigs that are insane. I mean, basically, again, it is a true fan of the genre of whacked out foo being able to make his own whacked out foo film. And the plot just serves, and because the plot, I mean, there's so many clans and stuff. I just basically focused on, these are the bad guys, these are the good guys, all these other people are just the miscellaneous clans, the ferret clan, or whatever the hell they are, I don't know. It doesn't matter. They're just there to provide other people to kick and be kicked. So, I mean, you've got love, you've got women, you've got revenge, you've got all the stuff that you need. And the plot basically just serves to give you bridges between sections in which things get kicked and crazy weapons are used, right? And serves as a bridge to bring crazy characters together so they can work together. Well, not really work together, because just like in all of these films, they have to, like, you know, split off and fight their own particular villains, because that's how this genre works, right? So, I mean, that's the main thing, is that you've got that going on. Now, that being said, the film delivers what the trailer promised in that you've got all that craziness, okay? Such a film could still suck if you were lacking in a couple of things. Number one, you must bring the crazy foo. If you promise crazy foo, you must bring the crazy foo. And this film brings the crazy foo, okay? Corey Ewan does the choreography, and you've got some great bits. Now, you got crazy weapons, okay? And they make full use of said crazy weapons in various and sundry interesting ways, okay? So it's not lacking in that. I feel there were some long sections in which something was not being punched, but, I mean, you know, so be it, that's fine. When punching was happening, the punching was sufficient. The other thing is, you need a variety of crazy characters. Now, you've got these Lion Clan people, which have the most amazing wigs. It's like somebody basically took some kind of yappy dog and took their pelt and put them on people's heads. It's sort of amazing, okay? Really crazy. You've also got Russell Crowe, who is having the time of his life, playing a character called Jackknife, okay? He has a knife gun. He has a knife gun, all right? Because sometimes just a knife or just a gun doesn't work, so why not combine the two into a knife gun? It's brilliant. So he's having a blast. And of course you have Lucy Liu is there as well, because when you need a woman to look sexy and badass and mysterious and stabby all at the same time, Lucy Liu is probably your best bet. And she's basically just, kind of doing what she was doing in Kill Bill, but that's okay because she's very good at it. So, I mean, you've got the colorful characters, you've got the fight choreography, as far as RZA's direction, first, he's in it. Of course, he is the title character, Man with the Iron Fist, because if you are going to do your fan-based film, by God, you're going to put yourself in the middle of it, probably. He's fine. I mean, part of the thing is, he is that, I could tell he's sort of channeling this stoic kind of, brooding character, which, I don't know if that's just him or if he is indeed channeling the character, but it worked for the character, so it's fine. I mean, the direction was great, in that, for such a crazy Fool film, you know how I bitch in these things about how you can't tell what's happening with a fight choreography? They actually didn't cut it to pieces, so I actually could tell that, what's-his-face with the blades popping out of his sleeve was the guy who was kicking somebody else in the face with a boot with a blade in it. I mean, I could tell that. And when you've got that level of crazy detail in Fu, I want to be able to tell who's got the boot blade and who's getting it in the neck. You know what I mean? So, that's fine. So his direction I thought was fine because he knew exactly the sort of film that he wanted to make and made it. So it's a positive review, okay? And I will say, if you are not, if you watched that trailer and you went, I don't know, but if you watched that trailer and you went, yes, that is the film that I want to see, then this is the film for you, okay? If you had any doubts as to whether or not you would enjoy it, you probably won't, or at least wait till video, okay? Because this is truly for somebody who understands what's going on. If you don't know the sort of films that this thing is, because this Crouching Tiger, it ain't, okay? If you don't know the sort of films that it's trying to pay homage to, you're just going to be like, what in the hell is going on? That's going to be your reaction to most of the things that are happening. But if you're on board, then you're on board, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Now, like I said, that being said, there were some bits where it sort of lagged, and there were some bits where, like I said, there were a lot of animal clans who were running around doing stuff, and I felt some of it could have been tightened up a little bit, but for the most part, you can't get upset with a film because the trailer promised you chaos, kung fu chaos on a biscuit, and it followed through. So, anyway, yeah. I'm happy that I saw it. I'm happy that I saw it on the big screen, but I would give that caution. If you don't think it's your film, if you have doubts, it's probably not your film, and you should wait. And indeed, to be perfectly honest, I would be happy if they had some kind of limited edition box set that not only had the DVD and the Blu-ray and the digital copy and the whatever, but also came with it on a crappy VHS, okay, with a beaten-up box, okay? That would be the ultimate tribute to the type of film that this is aiming for, and succeeded in being. Now, all of that being said, cup-wise, I would give it a solid 3 out of 5. And that's good because it basically delivered what it promised to, and a little bit more. And so therefore, 3 out of 5. So I'm quite happy with it, and RZA should be quite happy with it because, like I said, he pretty much nailed the type of film that he wanted to make, which is not something a lot of directors can say. And should be proud of the fact that he co-wrote the thing, directed it, and was in it smacking people with iron fists. I'm sure that's probably a dream come true for him, and good on him. So there you go. That's the Man with the Iron Fists. Yes. So anyway, thanks to everyone who watches these things and enjoys them, and especially those of you who share them with others through Facebook or through Twitter or through Pinterest or through smoke signals, whatever the hell it is you do. please keep doing it. And also, of course, it's always helpful if you enjoy these and want to help support them, then you can go to neatcoffee.com/support and throw a few coins in the tin, so to speak, and that helps pay for things like the ticket, which I just bought, because as you know, even matinees these days are roughly the equivalent of what a Model T would cost you back in the day. So, yes. So anyway, so there you go. Hopefully have another one up this weekend, but I don't know. The schedule is so volatile at this point, and there's a lot happening between now and the end of the year. So hopefully we will see you soon, and thanks again for watching. We'll see you. Bye.